Are you someone who feels like no one listens to you, no one hears you, and no one understands you? And you end up in that situation where you have to explain yourself over and over. I want you to know this video is for you because those things that are happening in your life, that is due to your inner child. And that's where this beautiful little guy, Smudge, comes in. Smudge is your best friend when it comes to inner child work. He is a reparenting bear. And today I'm going to talk you through how listening to your inner child, which we call Smudge here in his summer gear, okay, is really, really going to make a massive difference to your life. Because when you actually start listening to yourself and you listen to your inner child and you listen to what she needs you to tell you, that's when your life's going to change. And that's what this video is really going to help you with. So, as children, many of us heard that our feelings don't matter. We were told things like, shut up, get on with it, you're too sensitive, you're too much, I haven't got time, I don't want to listen to you. Or I was told little girls should be seen and not heard, and I was always sent to my room. And I learned, just like you watching this video here, and just like Smudge, that my voice doesn't matter. And like you, I learned that it's not safe to speak up. And what is happening in your life right now is because this little one here, she's actually in control of your life. And what happens is she takes over you and she creates situations in your life where you may over explain, for example. So if you're somebody that ends up over explaining, and that is you send a text message and you don't make it very short, you don't make it very succinct, you go into a massive explanation. Maybe you're that person on YouTube who leaves a massive comment and it's pages and pages. Or you could be on a school community. And because you weren't heard, you are that person that massively over explains to people. Because what's happening is your little girl is saying, if I explain to you enough, you will actually hear me. Because that's what you're doing when you're writing that essay or when you're leaving that huge comment. And I want you to know that it's not your fault. It's this little girl inside of you that is the one that is ruling your life. And it's because she was told certain things when she was younger that she over explains the way she does today. And just drop a comment below or give me a like if you're like, that really makes sense. That really lands well for me, Kel. Because yes, you will over explain to a huge extent, but you'll keep creating those situations over and over because you haven't heard what she needs you to hear. That's the game changer. And that's where reparenting makes a huge amount of difference to you, because listening to her, people are going to listen to you. But as an adult, what is happening for you now is you are going to continuously choose people who don't listen to you. You will find that you will have friends that talk over you. How many of you have a group of people and you will sit in a, let's say you're in a coffee shop, okay, and you are with a group of women and you will just be that person that looks. You'll be that person that looks and you don't want to speak up and you don't want to say anything. Or maybe you're that person at a work event. So when it comes to sitting in a team situation, or, you know, if you go to networking events, you're that person who just can't speak up. And it's almost like your voice becomes incredibly suppressed, right? You want to say something, but what your little inner girl learned was, it's not safe for me to speak up. Because again, she is living in a memory from the past. You'll often choose partners that don't hear you, and you'll end up getting into one of two things. You will either be that woman who goes incredibly silent, or you will be that person that ends up bickering and fighting back and forth with your partner over and over. Because again, the little girl learned that what I need to do is recreate exactly what I saw as a child. And that's where I will say to you, inner child work is the massive game changer for you. Because when you understand that actually it's her running your life, that's when you can understand that actually teaching reparenting to her is going to make a massive amount of difference. And reparenting is where you learn to give yourself today what you never had back then, but that you needed, but you didn't know that you needed. So you will also find yourself in situations where you will have family that also do not hear you? Is this you? Are you somebody that goes to a family event and you're like the quiet one at the back? If you're that person, is that lurker? Are you that person that watches and you always are assessing the situation? Maybe there's a spot of also hypervigilance in you. The hypervigilance comes from her because she learned that it wasn't safe to speak up. So this little girl inside of you, she learned that she needs to scan the whole room all of the time. And she would have watched any arguments between your parents. And I want you to know that even the stuff that you can't remember in your childhood right now, because it's blocked for trauma or whatever reason, that's still playing out in your life because this little girl, she knows everything, including the stuff that you don't actually remember. So another result of not being heard as a child is you will become the person that listens to everybody. Is that you? Are you that person that is the therapist? Are you that person that everybody goes to? Sally's got the answer. Whoever it is that is coming to you continuously, it's because you've given out that sense from her that actually you're the person that listens. Do you do that? Do you honestly, genuinely find yourself going, oh God, it's her on the phone. I know she's going to be half an hour. I know she's going to be 40 minutes. But what happens is, because you didn't feel heard as a child, again with her, okay, you attract people into your life that are exactly the same as you. Because your little inner girl's job is to continue to create normal. So that's why you will find you will have everybody telling you your problems, their issues, and you will also possibly be that person that's asked to keep a secret. But when you're asked to keep a secret, you feel like you've got this sensation inside of you where you will say to people, please don't tell so-and-so or whatever. And what's happening when you're asked to keep a secret and then you go and tell so-and-so and then Chinese whispers happens, is it's her. She's feeling that pressure of, oh my God, like there's something that I shouldn't tell anybody, but I need to tell somebody because again, she never felt heard when she was a child. The same is true for you. And that's why you are that person that everybody goes to. And what you'll end up doing is you'll end up creating what we would call resentment. Now, resentment isn't your fault. Resentment is because of what happened with her when you were younger. That's where the resentment is coming from. That's why you keep attracting people over and over in your life towards you. And then the last thing that will happen if you were not heard as a child that is actually playing out in your reality right now, you'll do one of two things. You will be that person that is incredibly silent. You'll be that person who doesn't feel like it's safe to speak up. So you will be the person that ends up, oh, I'm just going to pay that bill. I'm not going to give that person a call. Is this you? Do you do that? Do you go out of your way to avoid confrontation? Because if you go out of your way to avoid confrontation, it's because she learned it wasn't safe when you were a child to speak up. That's where you'll end up not making a phone call to somebody and saying, hey, why has my bill gone up £10? And you'll just be that person who pays it. You'll be that person who continuously feels like you are smothered, like nobody hears you in a group. And again, you won't say anything and you won't speak up and you will be quiet because you learned it was not safe to be you when you were a child. And that really will continue to play out in your reality over and over. And I'm telling you honestly, genuinely, until I actually did the genuine reparenting work with my version of Smudge myself, my voice was never heard. I used to be just like you. I was that person who would have people telling me everything and no one ever listened to me because I was not heard like you as a child. Like you, I learned it was not safe to speak up. And that's what's playing out in your reality. So lastly, what do we do? Because you've watched this far and you're like, Kel, what do? We do that thing I alluded to earlier called reparenting. And what we do, and I'm going to give you an example right now of what we do, okay? So we do something like this. So, Smudge, I want you to know that your voice always matters to me. I promise, as your inner parent, my name is Kel, I am 46 years old, and I promise that I will always listen to anything that you want to say. I know sometimes you might feel that you need to tell me the same thing over and over. I want you to know I'm good with that. I know that as a child you didn't feel like you were heard, but I'm here now. I will listen to you as much as you want, and you can tell me the same thing over and over, and I'll listen. Smudge, I need you to understand, even if you want to tell me the same memory 20 times, I'm not going to have a go at you like what happened to you when you were a child. Your voice, it matters to me. It is so important. And as your inner parent, I promise that I will do whatever I can to make you feel safe, seen, and heard. It's safe to speak up. I'm not going to tell you off. And I promise, from this day forth, I will always, always, always listen to you. So that's an example of reparenting that you could do with your own inner child. But the other part I want you to take away from this video, listen to her. Listen to your inner child over and over. Even if you have to listen to the same thing 20 to 30 times. There has been a situation where I've had the same memory with my inner child come up at least 25 times. And I've never got angry. And do that with your inner child. Never get angry with her. Always come from a compassionate, loving, warm space. Your job is to be the mother to your inner child that you never had when you were growing up. And that doesn't mean that your mum or whoever was your primary caregiver got it wrong. This isn't a bashing of mums. This is you need to actually find and become the inner mother to yourself. That's where you'll have that critical voice, that inner critic, that critical voice. That's your mother. That's why I created something called the Inner Mother, and I created the Mother Wound Workshop. And I'll pop a link beneath in this description here, because loads of people have purchased that $9 workshop and they've got such an insight. But when it comes to you not feeling heard, start with her. Then you'll stop attracting unavailable people into your life. You'll start attracting people that want to listen to you. You will be surrounded by people. Your confidence will grow. You will get stronger and stronger as a person. And when somebody reaches out, you will feel safe to speak up. You won't stay silent anymore, because you will know through listening to your inner child, your voice matters. And that's where this video differs to so many other people, because I'm not just teaching you the psychology, I'm showing you how you actually reparent your inner child. Because it wasn't until I actually learned to reparent myself did my life massively change. And I want that for you. Anyway, loads of other stuff in the descriptions just there. And I'm going to choose a best for video up there by YouTube, whatever it decides. Anyway, if this video has landed with you, it's really helped you, drop me a comment. Let me know which bit of this video when you went, yeah, Kel, thanks for that. I'm really glad I took some time to actually watch this video today. Anyway, take care, and I will catch you on the video again soon. Cheers, bye-bye.